Okay. Happy Monday, everyone. I don't know if you guys are struggling a little bit the way Kim and I are after having, and psychologically, it was kind of a long weekend, right, Kim?
Yeah, it was a long weekend. Yeah, and we're halfway through, like July 4th always marks halfway through the summer for me.
Mm,
And the thing that's getting me excited though is that for most of us, the first half of the year kind of like, most people want a do-over, but we're not going to get a do-over. So how
yeah.
can we make these next 6 months count amidst the chaos is what I'm like. I woke up and I started writing goals and like all this stuff because even though I'm tired, it's like, no, I want to end 2020 with the bigger bang than what Independence Day means to America.
You know what? That's a great focus that, yeah, we're halfway through the year and it's been a rough year. So, how do we turn it around and make it great, regardless of what's going on? Make it great for ourselves, make it great for our businesses. And I have to tell you, I did think this year it's like, okay, social life is sort of tanking. However, business is rocking because we are showing up consistently. And that's part of what we want to talk about today with Instagram, right? Let's
Right,
talk
right.
Instagram because it's
Okay.
it's rough when you feel like these ups and downs of what's going on in the world.
Right, right. And the reason I wanted to talk about Instagram today is when we think about, like we talked about last week with your ideal client and stuff, we want to know how to get into the conversation with our client and we want to know where they're congregating to look for solutions. And for many interior designers and coaches, Instagram is a major player. And so that's why we want to today I would like to give kind of a really high level, like what we should look, how the different pieces of Instagram is. And then maybe if we have time, the 5 different people you need to be when you show up on Instagram. So
Love
a high
love
level Instagram is when we break down Instagram, you have your Instagram bio. And it's important to think of that as your business card. You can fit in a lot of copy, a lot of words that could really set you apart when you use a bio. And I would like to, in a future Marketing Monday, take a little deeper dive in what really makes a good bio. But some quick things is make it interesting, make it captivating. Really, if you are focusing on a certain part of the country, like you're going to work in Naples, Florida, making sure that you put Naples, Florida in the description, using your keywords, and then making it fun also because you want to stand out. That bio is a chance to stand out. Make it a fun business card. How boring would we all be if we had a white business card with black font? Black, that's it.
This is true. Now I have to look at my bio. Is my bio fun? I remember there was a time where I used to put like emojis and stuff like that, and I don't know if I have that. But part of what makes my bio interesting to some people is that I'm a body language trainer. So like right away that captures them. But I could probably do more to make it interesting, as
Right.
everyone could.
And I keep an eye on your bio, and it's pretty good right now.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
I keep an eye on it.
That's why I have you. Okay, so the bio is like their business card.
Right.
Keep it
Yep.
interesting, make it fun, and put a location if you're a location-based business.
Correct. Correct. Yep. The next we'll talk about IG, Instagram stories. Now, what people fail to realize is that Instagram almost has 2 platforms within itself. You have your stories and you have your feed. And sometimes people go and they'll do both, watch both. But a lot of times you need a different strategy for your stories and a different strategy for your feed. And again, we'll discuss that. There's just too much to discuss in one topic, one day, one little session here. So, but think of Instagram stories as Netflix. So when you go to Netflix, you have all the different categories, you have all the different options to pick from. That's really what stories are. It's a glimpse into who you are, what you are, why you're doing it. And you can give people short little bits, kind of like your little movie, your little TV series on Netflix. And so
Right.
think of that as Instagram stories as Netflix. The next thing is your feed, your Instagram feed. Think of that as like your magazine articles. So those are what magazines, people are coming to just kind of look at them. They're more of on your time type thing. They're not like that quick little thing like Netflix. When I want to relax quickly, I might turn on a TV show. When I want to relax leisurely and kind of just get even more educated and stuff, I'll tend to maybe go to like the magazines. So Instagram feed is magazine. And then your Instagram DM, the direct messages, think of that as like a sales meeting. So that's when you are introducing yourself, you're bringing a topic, you're bringing the conversation, and then think about how you can take that conversation on offline, because overall, we always start the communication conversation online, but our goal is to bring it offline so that we can develop that relationship deeper and have that next customer sale.
So you're looking now. What about IGTV, which not a lot of people are doing still yet?
Right. IGTV is kind of like mini series. It could be, or I also relate it to a lot of my clients as having their own TV show. Like if you wanted to have a TV show and go to normal broadcasting, you would pay thousands and thousands of dollars to have a TV show. IGTV offers that for you to do it for free. And like for you, like we will take today, and I have a system on how I can download it, and then I can upload this Marketing Monday onto your IGTV. So we're already doing the work once, and we're recycling it at multiple different places. So if you were, say your name is Tina and you're an interior designer, you could have Tips with Tina on Tuesday, and that could be your IGTV. Every Tuesday you show up, you could batch it and then schedule it out, but you would have tips, and people would soon know that every Tuesday Tina is showing up with these great, amazing tips.
And I have to say, these Marketing Mondays and my Money Talk Tuesdays, and I've changed a couple of other days here and there, they get quite the reach on IGTV, don't they?
They do. They get a lot of reach. They're not getting as much engagement as some of the other posts, but really when you go think about how we consume information, and if it's uneducating, we don't necessarily comment. We're like, oh, that's good. But unless it's something like fantastic. Well, marketing principles are basically the same. A lot of the conversation around marketing, it's not anything like, wow, that's the amazing most thing. It's the same information, just like interior designing. You might have some new twist on it, but most of the time people are not gonna, it takes a lot to comment. And I even find myself that I'm not commenting. I went through a Facebook the other morning for like 30 minutes, and I realized that I never liked a single post. I was reading everybody's posts. I enjoyed them, but I didn't do any interaction. And I think we're seeing that. Yep.
I think that's happening more and more.
Right.
People are we're getting numb.
We are. Part of it.
I'm still reading like
right.
You said, I'm enjoying, but I'm not commenting anymore or even liking sometimes. And I have to stop and say, oh, but I really enjoyed that. So I should have commented
right.
So that person knows that. But I'm even getting less and less interactive.
Right. And I think we are numb. We're overloaded with the media. We're overloaded with, and we're frustrated. We don't know what to do with a challenging world situation right now. We don't know if we should wear a mask. We don't know if we shouldn't wear a mask. We don't know there's so much other things that interaction piece is challenging.
Yes, definitely. And here's the thing also, and I've said this before, probably 90% of those who hire me eventually or buy one of the contracts or the products that I have out are not people who've ever commented before. They sort of are hovering and listening and learning, and I'm reinforcing what they may always already know. However, it's a reminder, oh yeah, I should be using stories and my feed, and this is what it means. They'll eventually hire me when they need me, but it's just a way of getting out there. So don't be so hung up on whether you're getting comments or whether you're getting likes, especially right now.
Right. And especially because when we think about it, like, I am not afraid for someone to know that I don't know everything. But there are a lot of people that are intimidated to be able to say they don't know everything. So if you had 5 tips on how to redecorate your living space, and someone read it and thought it was a great article, but maybe they thought that everybody looks at them like they already are a great decorator. And so they're not going to comment, even though they pulled something out of that and they thought it was great. And so sometimes I have to take back and step like, what's human nature normally like? And it's easier for people sometimes to find the bad than it is to say, hey, that was a really good post. But if you said something that wasn't politically correct or was on that fringe, you're going to get comments. And that's kind of what I see a little bit of happening right now is people that are on the fringe, they're getting that negative reaction. So they're getting that action like a toddler that throws himself on the floor is going to get more reaction than a toddler that's sitting there eating his Cheerios quietly. So,
Yes. And
And-
that's not my style. That's not my style. And that's not a lot of people's style.
right,
Just throw out controversy in order to get
right,
a response, in order to feel like your social media is working for you.
right.
I would still rather put out great information. And you had said there's different personas, there's different reasons to put out information. We talked about that before we went live. Why don't we tell everybody what those
Okay.
different
Well,
categories
there's
are?
5 different people that you need to kind of show up as when you are working on social media. Instagram specific is what we're talking about, any of social media, because these are the ones that stay. So yeah, you can create the controversy, but I don't recommend that, because we want marketing to be long-term and the relationships to be long-term. So when people are looking to hire you, they will find you and they know and trust you because of that. So the first person is a teacher. You need to show up as a teacher, and to do that, is educational and tangible with no call to action. So an example of that would be writing an article or talking post about summers at home, what every outdoor living space needs for a season of entertaining. And the outcome of that would be credibility and trust. So you think of teachers, and most of the time we trust our teachers. And so you
Yes.
want to show up as a teacher. The next one would be friend. A friend is relatable and conversational. And so a post for this would be, social distancing is driving me nuts. What are you doing to help with the isolation? So that would be a post that would be like a friend, because you would talk about, like, first thing we did is we talked about our weekend, or I did this the 4th of July. What did you do? We're talking like you're talking to a friend, and that builds that connection. And again, the trust. And that's what we're trying to build. The next one is you show up as a role model. And so this is something aspirational and attainable. So you could show things your business is doing behind the scenes, those kind of things. And again, you're building influence and again, trust. The fourth thing is a marketer. And so this is where you're sharing something educational and tangible, but you add a call to action to that. So you're wanting them to do something. An example for this type of post would be, sign up to get my free ebook space planning for your home. So you're giving them something, you're educating them, and this builds your audience. It can build your list, and it also builds curiosity a little bit more about what services you offer. And then the last is saleswoman. So you offer, or salesman, whatever you gender you are.
Salesperson.
Yeah. So you offer a clear offer with one direct call to action or a direct message. So you're on Instagram, it said be, direct me to book your free 30-minute discovery call. The outcome would be a direct sales with a sales call. So you think when you put on your market or put on your hat to go ahead, like, what am I going to schedule for social media? Try to offer a post in each one of those little areas of who you are. And then you don't ever have to worry about being over salesy. You don't have to ever worry about giving too much information, because you have a guideline. So using those 5 people that you're supposed to show up as your guide to know what you should be posting.
Okay, say those again, just the summary, the names.
Teacher, friend, role model, marketer, and salesperson.
There you go. Those are your 5. So if you're posting 5 days a week, that's how you can rotate your posts, or you can use your Instagram stories to be more of the, well, you can do any of you could choose your Instagram story to be any of those things.
Right. Yep. But when you're posting your stuff, just kind of think about which role model, which person am I showing up for my people this time? And if you find that you're always showing up, because I have a habit of showing up as a teacher and I don't have any salesperson, well, my business is going to dwindle really quickly. And so making sure that you have a business, and I have another client that I'm coaching along, shows up as a salesperson, amazing salesperson. Every single post is a salesperson, and she's not getting any interaction because she isn't following any of those other people how you're supposed to show up.
Right. If you do that constantly, people just sort of get turned off to that.
You start yelling at them. That's all. You're yelling at them.
Start yelling at them. Okay, so we're not yelling at you guys this morning, but I think this was a great lesson in look at your social media. Today we're talking about Instagram, and make sure you're showing up different sides of your personality, different needs that people have, to what they need to see from you in order to feel connected to you. And that was like the perfect combination, I think.
Yes.
And to be fun, right? To be fun sometimes, to show your fun side, to show your lighthearted side, not always your serious side. I think that's so important also.
Right. Especially even now in the light of the times that we have, is people are looking for inspiration, and they're looking for someone that makes them, how do you feel? And people want to know, and they want to work with people that they makes them feel good.
Yes. Okay. All right. So this was Marketing Monday. Hopefully you are still motivated. You have 6 months left of this year. And if you can't socialize, you might as well be working on growing your business. Right? So that's what I say. You know what? Focus on growing your business when you can't focus so much on having fun all the time, right? We have to have this balance. But so we're here for you every Monday. So we will see you next Monday for Marketing Monday with my marketing strategist, Kim. If you need either one of us, tag us. Kim, tell them the name of your business, because we never fit that in there.
Oh, Fresh Impact.
Fresh Impact. Okay. All right. So I will see you guys all tomorrow, I believe, for Money Talk Tuesday. And you can look for this if you want to watch the replay in my IGTV, because as Kim said, this is what we do. We repurpose some of these videos and add them to my other social media, which you can do as well. So talk to you guys all next week. Bye.
Have a great week.
Have a great week.